What is your software of choice? And what do you recommend students knowing? Maybe they can't, maybe it's not realistic to say learn all five of them and After Effects and Blender and da, da, da. What do
Hmm.
you feel like they should be coming out of school knowing?
Wow. That kind of depends on the student, of course. Where, if you're what you're going into is editing, I think there's still if you're primarily focused on editing and not trying to focus on visual effects. I still feel like is a certain amount of visual effects software that is always kind of necessary. For me, that is After Effects, and then kind of just supplementing with like um, I'd say After Effects and Blender are still necessities for editors, especially now. More and more, editors are being asked to be the primary motion graphics. If there's visual effects, people kind of group that together with editing. I think it's all kind of connected in there. So I would say that is a great way to go. I have never gone in for the to really invested time in learning paid 3D modeling things when we've had Blender. I've had Blender since available since I was in college, and I think it's a wonderful resource. That the fact that it's out there and available to anybody for free is magnificent. On the other hand, if I was to go back and relearn um, and just kind of start my education over from the beginning, I would definitely include Fusion in that. So learning Resolve and Fusion once again, because the fact that Blender was out there and available to me to make things possible without the investment of resources of myself as an individual, like paying for a subscription or something like that. The fact that Resolve and Fusion are there and can do professional grade work on those free versions of those software platforms is wonderful. So I would definitely suggest learning Resolve and Fusion to anybody out there, whether you're being learning as an editor or as a visual effects person. I don't really get outside of those very much in terms of, but there is one thing that I have been working hard to add to my arsenal, and that is Unreal Engine. So and that it's everywhere right now, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think it's just a fad. I think it's definitely hugely popular over the last few years, kind of starting from its use in The Mandalorian, but expanding to everywhere. And it really does make those it changes the ball game for what kind of vision you can realize, be it through in-camera visual effects. um and Ali, I loved hearing you mention rear projection, because I've got I've got Unreal Engine set up with a front projector in my own studio to do some kind of like poor man's virtual production in camera visual effects and stuff like that, because it is super valuable. And I really love that it did kind of combining that classic tradition of practical effects with kind of the new technology for in-camera visual effects and things like that. So I really love that, and as an approach. And so I think that it's not going anywhere. And once again, a resource that is freely available to for students, film and filmmakers to learn and use. I think that all of those things are super valuable and can really give you a robust set of tools.
Wow, I knew you'd have a detailed answer. Do you have a favorite? Like if you were just gonna open your computer and be in one software all day, and like what would that be?
Gosh, I guess I'd be in After Effects all day. Um, in After Effects, for Incognita, for almost anything else I do, I am using a plugin in order to do 3D more expansively inside of After Effects. So Element 3D is what I'm using in there. So it's kind of its own little software inside of After Effects. But so yeah, probably that. But it would be painful not to be able to like round trip to Premiere if I was just stuck in the one platform, because I definitely, there are lots of things that I do much faster on Premiere in terms of when we're talking about timelines versus, the intense, densely populated compositions that I would create in After Effects.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Love After Effects also.